Hey, Logan. How's it going?
Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
Not too bad. Yeah, Moped is not responding to me, so I'm guessing he is sick or drunk.
It's a little early on my side to be drunk, but
He's
it'd
in
be nice.
Germany, so it's forgivable.
Yeah.
Yeah, now that I'm only covering three, I'm trying to go for a bit of a later start so it's not noon for everyone.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Again, everybody here, do I just say moron or moron?
Either way, it's
Okay,
morning though.
okay, alright. Um, can everybody hear moron okay? All right, good.
I'll
So,
pull up the Twitch stream just so that way I can see the chat.
yep. How's it going, everyone? Yeah, we should be starting in about 5 minutes. Um, so if you look at my screen, um, I have access to all the divisions, but how you'll access the college league is by going to your team, and then where it
Yeah,
says
that's what I
league.
did. I went through my team. I went to play in a league and then clicked on the college league.
Yeah, cool. And we're starting with A and B.
Perfect. A and B, we have two dropouts, so we end up with two bye weeks, and I get them back to back.
That's not bad.
Yeah, especially after I'm about to play Chaos this week, so two back-to-back bye weeks will actually work out in case I get a bunch of MNGs.
Yeah, I'm a little sad that two people dropped out, but it
Oh,
happens.
so am I.
I'd rather lose than get a bye week.
I agree, but I'll take it.
Yeah. How's it going, Midas? Oh yeah, and be sure to follow me if you haven't already, so I can properly. You'll get a notification on your phone if you follow me and enable it, so you don't have to keep an eye out on Discord when I go live for recaps.
Okay.
Yeah, I was able to watch a few of the games in each division this time around. I had some spare time to watch them.
Necro. Do we have a Necro team still? I don't
I'm pretty
think
sure I'm
so.
aware of touchdowns bowed out.
Yeah, they're a drop. Yeah.
Hmm.
I'm just pulling up Villy's guides so that way I have a decent idea on how they should be leveling their pieces.
Yeah. Well, I've I have about 1,400 hours in the game, so
Oh, damn.
and I'm very low compared to other people.
Oh, yeah, no, that I'm sure. I have a lot of hours playing against AI on Xbox, but that is non-transferable.
Yeah. AI is really easy.
Yeah, I noticed that when I started playing against real people.
Funny thing is the higher the difficulty on the AI, typically it's easier because they stop doing dumb plays. And what you have to look out for on AI is them just being like, yeah, we'll just do like, three dodges to a half die blitz and, you know,
And they somehow manage it.
yeah. And you're just staring at the game, just like, what?
Yeah.
But on hard mode, they won't even try.
No. Well, that was it. Like I was playing against AI and I really enjoyed lizards, and I thought about joining college with lizards, but I'm like, I'll try something else. And I actually just let the wife pick. I'm like, what team? She's like, this team. So it ended up being Norse, and I'm like, okay, what's the name? She's like, didn't you have a dumb name for your flag football team? I'm like, yes. That didn't make it. That name. Pick that. Blood, sweat, and beers. It's great. They're Vikings. Everything works. I'm like, all right, cool. That's what I'll play. But my lizard team against AI, it was just I ended up with my Croxagore at level 7. I just played tournaments and just I ran house
Yeah.
because they didn't do anything.
Alright, so it is 2 o'clock, so we will officially start this recap. We have a good amount of people in chat. So, week 4, A and B, will start with Chiron's Academy versus the Cool Dudes, which was an admin win.
Yep.
Let's see here. Let's take a look at Chiron's Academy. Oh, no, right buttons. And see what they got. Got some levels.
Yeah, they are doing really, really well.
Yeah. Both Bell Centaurs leveled, which is nice. They both have block, so everything that should be blocking already has block,
Yeah.
which is nice. A second level on the Chaos Dwarf blocker that with guard means he's going to grab Mighty Blow, or on a double claw, and he has 3 blockers ready for a level as well. 1 MVP
Yeah.
ready, 2 just a Cass.
Yeah, one of them's movement 3, but that really doesn't affect him at all because he just manages, as soon as he cages, it becomes a hassle to get anybody off that ball.
Yep. Chaos Dwarfs don't really care about their movement. They're all about scrumming and fighting in the middle anyway, so you typically don't need much movement in regards to that.
Yeah.
But yeah, excellent start to the team.
Oh yeah, he leveled up exactly what he needed to, and it's been 2-0 every game except for this concede, which will be 1-0.
Yeah.
So he's been doing really, really well.
Mm-hmm. Alright, next we have the dedicated players versus Latreview Braid. We have Undead versus Bretonians. Turn priority is the biggest thing that I want to say in regards to both these teams. You need to work on it. I did watch this game. There's a couple mistakes that both of you made, that you decided to do something before you should have, like a block on a peasant that doesn't have block, so you get a 1 in 9 and have to re-roll, and then you try and do something else, like a dodge that was really important, but couldn't re-roll the fail because you re-rolled a peasant block.
Yeah, sometimes you don't have a choice, but whenever you do, you don't want to do that. Like, you want to always try and support first.
Yeah. So looking at the dedicated players, though, he did get a mummy level, and he did get a ghoul level. So he's actually in pretty good shape with his team. Hopefully he rolls something nice for his mummy. Double gets block, and then that mummy is really set. But yeah,
Yeah.
a strength 4 white, 2 levels on a ghoul, so it'll be a Blood Sure Hands ghoul now. The only thing that you would skip block for is if you rolled a stat, like agility or strength.
Yeah.
I would ignore movement and just go for block.
Really?
Yep.
Hmm.
So movement is very good. And you're not wrong for picking it. If you do just roll it and decide to pick it, I just prefer Blodge, just because it just makes him that much more reliable. The movement 8 will be good in the long run, but Blodge is going to be much easier for you to keep that goal alive.
Yeah, that is true.
Because
I
if
would
you take a movement
probably
up, like you have 14 SPP away from getting block, and that could take a while.
Yeah, that is true. I would start feeding Lightning, the other ghoul, some touchdowns as well, just to get him leveled up as fast as you can.
Yeah, and hopefully you'll get like a double on him, so you can put guard on him or something.
Yeah. So then he can support the other ghoul while they just run up the field together.
And buy another skeleton or zombie. I'd buy another zombie personally. You have 160k at this point. Just buy a zombie, have your 11, or buy two, so you have a little bit of backup for fouling.
Zombies over skeletons, or doesn't
Um,
really matter.
I like to have two skeletons, personally, on an undead team, but I prefer the AV8 movement 4. It doesn't hurt you as much as you think it will. The zombies are just going to be better for you in the long run. They're better LOS fodder as well.
Yeah, that is true.
Alright, let's take a look at... who's he facing again? The Bretts.
The tribute braid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And an agility 4 blitzer. That's nice to see. Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah.
That's his one level from the game. Getting an agility 4 is huge for Bretts in general. Like, stat ups are how you stay competitive with Bretts. So, getting that agility 4 means that he's now your dedicated ball handler. Next level will either be, I would get dodge, then sure hands. So it would be basically at 31 SPP, a Balaj agility 4.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Which
hope for a
which
double
is going to
on one of
be
the other 3 blitzers so you can grab Mighty Blow on them, and you have a really good team at that point.
Yeah, you're good with even just leaving everybody else, like all of your peasants and
Yep.
linemen, unleveled, just because Fend will do its own damage, so it's fine.
Yeah, like if you do get a lineman level, grab 30 player. 30
Yeah.
player is very nice. But you can't put them in the back row, so kick is worthless. It's not worth leveling them really because they're so cheap. So like if your dirty player peasant levels, give him wrestle or block, and if he levels again, you fire him. But otherwise, I just put dirty player on all of my linemen on Brett's because they're so easy to remove and have to be on the LOS. Like if all 3 of your peasants are dirty player, that means like even if 2 get removed because they took LOS blocks, you still have 1 available to stand up and stomp on something, which is very helpful. But yeah, next we will have your game, the Silver Bay Ospreys versus Blood, Sweat, and Beers. You surfed. I watched this game. You had a lot of
Did you?
surfs. Yeah.
Yeah, I did. I saw them as soon as he was setting up. I'm like, there's a surf. There might be another one. And I just, every time it happened, I took that opportunity because I'm like, if I can get them down to 4 elves, I have a better chance. Like, I'm normally not great against elves. So I'm like, if they can avoid pulling all the dodges that they can and I can surf them, just do it.
Yeah. I mean, you did pretty well in positioning in this game as well. And he
Thank you.
made some horrible mistakes against Frenzy. Like the line out,
Yeah.
the one elf that was next to the touchdown zone that you just blitzed with your ult.
Oh, yeah, the catcher in the back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, as soon as he stood there, I'm like, he's going.
I saw
I
that and I was just
didn't
like, oh no, don't
as
put
yeah,
him
as
there.
soon as he made as soon as he made that stop, it was like, okay, I don't even care about any other blitz this turn except for this one.
I don't
It
think he's experienced Norse before.
No,
So,
and
because he
it's
does not
a wake-up call.
yeah, he did not understand what frenzy meant,
Yeah.
and you took advantage of that and basically won the game off of it.
Yes. Oh, without question, it was just bad positioning on his part and better positioning on mine,
Yeah.
but I also had some really good dice go my way on this.
Yeah. Surprisingly, I don't think his dice were too bad. when I was watching the game. Um, 80% dodge, like he didn't roll bad at all.
No, we didn't roll
Like
poorly. It was just
they're
that
just
like
average
some
dice, and honestly,
yeah,
you had about average dice as well.
it was just some like key moments.
Yeah.
Like I ended up, if I remember properly, yeah, like my wild animals, there was a lot of 4+ wild animals that I took
Mhm.
that worked out in my favor.
Yeah. In regards to like doing exceptionally well, wild animal was just about the only thing. But
Yeah,
yeah, he didn't do a lot of blocks because he just couldn't get the opportunity to. But yeah, bad positioning for the Silver Bay Ospreys. I don't think. Oh, he did get a level.
they
Let's
got a
take a
level,
look.
yeah,
Lineman. So I would give that lineman kick.
just to put it in the backfield as much as you could.
Yeah, or in the front. It helps a lot, in all honesty. Yeah, just a miss next game on the Blitzer.
Yeah,
Yeah. So it's not a bad looking team still. He has Mighty Blow. Hopefully he can get a level on Elf Yourself soon, so he can grab
it's
block.
it's coming up. It's only an MVP away.
Yeah. I mean, a cast and a touchdown, and he's got it, or two casts. He has
Yeah,
Mighty Blow, so it's not impossible to get two casts
no,
in one game. But yeah, a little disappointing. Um, you didn't really have Mighty Blow for the game, so let's take a look at your team. You had one Mighty Blow, if I recall correctly.
yeah, yeah. I have two, but I only had Pilsner Pete at
Mm-hmm.
first, and then he didn't. Mighty Blow didn't really come into much effect,
Yeah,
but my luck was getting the blitzer at the beginning of the second half, the ball, just so I can vanity pass to my runner to level both of them.
yeah, and that went really well. Like you now have a
That
blodge
did.
runner, two Mighty Blow Berserkers, and a tackle lineman. So your team is actually one of the best looking teams in this division. In all honesty, now that both of your Berserkers have Mighty Blow, they'll level by themselves pretty quickly. You have Jump Up, you have Mighty Blow. Like I like to personally put Piling on as next level on both of them.
Yeah, it
Maybe one
depends
with
on the
Tackle.
matchup. It's really going to depend. My next matchups, other than I play Chaos next, so then I have 2 weeks off. Then I'll play dedicated Tribute Broad and then dedicated players. So I'm going to see
Hmm.
what they do before I pick anything on them. But one's probably going to get piling on, and the other I might deviate depending on what I roll.
Yeah. You've gone against one of the elf teams. I think there's only one more elf team for you
Yeah,
to face.
yeah. I'll be playing. The next is
No, you don't have any more elf teams. This is
no.
Div only has one elf team, so you're not going
Yeah,
to really
it's
have to worry
Undead and
about dodge
Brett's.
that much.
It's
Like the
Undead
only,
and Brett's next.
yeah, the only Bretts are the only like team that you have to worry about with dodge.
Yeah.
So depending on how much dodge he has, you might want to take one tackle. Otherwise, you'll be fine.
I have tackle on my lineman at least, so
I mean that helps just the block
yeah.
tackle.
Yeah.
All right. Next we have the I'm aware of touchdowns and Stonefist
It's
Smashers.
another concede.
Yeah. I think I'm aware of touchdowns dropped from college. I'm not fully sure about that yet.
Yes, from what I can tell when I asked the question on the Discord, it was we have two
Hmm.
because when I check my schedule, it shows 2 bye weeks, and that would be Cool Dudes and I'm aware of touchdowns.
Hmm. I'm a little sad. I don't, and the reason why he probably dropped out, and yeah, he did drop out because the expel is no longer there for me. The reason why I'm sad about this is because he very much could have done better and enjoyed this more if he was actually active in the Discord or like watched these recaps or got a mentor. Um, because prior to game one, if he had watched anything in regards
Mm-hmm.
to college, he would have known that his choice of how he made his team was wrong, and he really needed to.
That
Um,
second white, wasn't it?
no, it's just
Oh no, he has both.
he didn't go flesh golem.
Oh yes, that's the problem with
He
Necro.
decided to go two
Yeah,
ghouls and no flesh golems, and it's an awful start. And of course, he's not going to win.
yeah, that's you need that strength on the line.
Yep. But yeah, looking at the Stonefist Smashers, with their concede win, they got a Longbeard level, which will be guard.
Yeah,
Otherwise, he's got a Blitzer 1 SPP away, a Troll Slayer 1 SPP away, a Runner 1 SPP away, and another Longbeard 1 SPP away, and another Longbeard 2 SPP away.
so
And
looking pretty good to level up a
yeah,
lot of
in the next
pieces.
1 or 2 games, he'll probably get 2 to 3 levels, maybe more. And once he gets those levels and gets, like, for example, if next game he gets 2 Longbeard levels from Chertbert and Diorite Knight, he'll have 3 guard at that point. And if he gets a level on one of his blitzers as well, he'll have 4 guard. And then the
Yeah.
team is very much deadly compared to what it was before, because now it's outstrengthening you because of all the guard.
Mm-hmm. Which there's not much you can do about it at that point. Like
Yeah, this
you
is
just watch yourself get pushed back.
the only team that can really bully dwarves. It will be Chorfs, because they guard spam, Undead, and Chaos.
Yeah.
And Lizards. But basically, you have to outstrength dwarves to bully them, and with guard, it becomes a lot harder to bully.
Yeah,
So
like I played them turn game one, and they did quite like we ended up with a 1-1 tie, but it was a good game,
yeah,
and he didn't even have guard yet, so I'm really happy about it.
yeah. Dwarves are one of the strongest 1000 TV teams. I don't think he's won a game yet, though. Sadly.
No, I don't believe
Yeah,
so.
he's 2 draws, 1 loss, and 1 win from the bye.
Yeah.
But yeah. Next, we'll have Chinopin Raiders versus the Grimlocks Crushers. I watched this game as well because Logan said it was a good game and wanted me to watch it. Yeah,
And
great.
in the chat, Midas Hand was just talking about the mentors were stretched thin. I believe there
Um,
were 2 people in the Discord that offered to answer any questions, and you could also always go into the advice channel.
so I signed up as a Necro and Dwarf mentor and said that I can take up to 2. So I know that I'm aware of touchdowns did not request a mentor
Yeah.
because I would have been assigned him
Oh,
otherwise.
and Logan just said Alter Sage was one of the people who offered to help anybody who still doesn't have a mentor. It's not the same as getting your own, but it might still help a little.
But yeah, like I'm available to anybody in any division if you have questions and don't have a mentor or your mentor's busy. Like I'm more than happy to answer any questions. Like I am a mod on college, so I'm more than happy to help as much as I can. But yeah, the Chinopin Raiders versus Grimlock Crushers, Chaos versus Lizards. So this is another game I watched for the Chinopin Raiders. You had this game in the bag. And the biggest issue that you ran into in this game is that you got sloppy on your positioning and gave a free Croc Splits on your ball carrier
Oh
and
no.
let it get. And you went from going to 2-0 someone who had 3 of his Saurus missing, and no Crocs to not being able to catch skinks and trying to catch up with them, and you lost because of it. Um, you got overconfident in your positioning and paid the price for it, basically. Um, Logan did a perfect job in recognizing positioning mistakes and fully capitalizing on it. Like, Logan was in a really bad spot in this game, and it goes to show you that the most important thing in Blood Bowl is to be able to take advantage of the opponent's mistakes, and that's why it's a draw, basically. Logan could have won too if he did a couple things differently in the first half, but yeah, it was a close game. Um, Level wise, Ball Boy Blue got a Strength 5 Chaos Warrior now. For Strength 5 Chaos Warriors, his next levels are Block, Tentacles, Stand Firm.
Yes, definitely.
And you now have a Beast of Nurgle, basically. And he's an amazing player.
Yeah. And he wouldn't be cheaper than a Beast of Nurgle, but at least he doesn't have any of the nega traits.
He'd still be cheaper.
Would he?
Yeah. Actually, probably not. But he'd have Agility 3 and 5 movement, so...
That's it. Like, he's overall better, but I don't know
way
if he'd
better.
be...
Just doesn't take, 4 levels to get to a level 1 or level 2
Yeah.
Beast of Nurgle. But really good. The amount of control a Strength 5 Chaos Warrior can put to the table is fantastic.
Well,
Fire Tater.
I know my target.
Yeah. If you knock Playful Pablo down, you foul Playful Pablo.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Fire Tater and rehire, or you can just have a Journey Beastman.
Yeah, because it's not going to matter too much. Journey
0
Beastman.
FPP. Not worth keeping.
What does he have? A smashed ankle?
Yeah, a niggling injury.
Okay. Yeah.
Smashed knee.
So. Okay. Yeah. So, absolutely, don't keep him.
All right. Yeah. So let's take a look at the Grimlock Crushers. So you have one Saurus level, which is nice. And every single one of your Saurus is MVP ready, or just a cast away from leveling. This is an excellent position after 4 games.
Yeah, that is a really good position for Lizards, and to already have guard on your Crocs.
Mm-hmm. You don't have a lot of Skink SPP, and that's the best way to have it.
Yeah, like that one Skink with sidestep is good enough.
Yeah, like the team is looking great. 6 Saurus, 1 with block. Everybody else is ready for an MVP. Yeah, looking excellent here. Like I said before, your positioning was really good in your game against the Chaos. You took advantage of poor positioning and got a draw out of it, and could have gotten a win as well.
With 80k, would you buy a Skink bench?
No, I'd wait.
Just wait it out.
So basically, what happens if a Saurus dies? You want to replace that before you buy another Skink. So
That's true.
Basically,
so just
wait
hold
till
on
you're at
to
150k or above,
and
then buy another Skink. There's no reason to. Yeah. And that was it for week 4. Going into the next week. Week 5, we have the dedicated players versus Chiron's Academy.
That's going to be a very good game.
That'll be a fun match to watch. I'm going to give it to the Chaos Dwarfs. Mostly because I don't think there's enough block on the dedicated players. If the mummies do well in this game, Malgarath will have a very good chance of winning. But or if he can remove the bull
Yeah,
centaurs.
yeah, it's going to rely on removing those centaurs first, and then getting the goblins out next. But it's going to be a really good game, as like they are the top two in our league, right, or in our division right now. So
Yep.
that's going to be a good game to watch.
Yeah, Nakaruno plays pretty well too.
He
I've
does.
watched a few of his games. He does a pretty darn good job. Um, definitely is like I don't consider him to be um, like not college material, but definitely a head above the rest in terms of experience and understanding the game.
Oh yeah, like when I
Still
was
makes
playing
mistakes
against
though.
him, yeah, there's still everyone does, but there was a couple of times where when I was playing them, it was just I didn't know what to do. I didn't have any plays left, and
Yep.
it was a frustrating game.
That's Chaos Dwarfs and Dwarfs in a nutshell, though.
Yeah,
They're
that is also
frustrating to
true.
play.
Against.
hmm All right. Next, we have a bye week for the Silver Bay Ospreys, which is not a bad time for him to get it because he has
Not
his
at
next
all.
game, Blitzer. So that will be good for him. Get some money as well. Hopefully, get another catcher or something.
Yeah, get some money and also hopefully get a level up on a key piece because a couple of his pieces, if I remember right, they're just missing an MVP.
hmm So good luck to Silver Bay Ospreys and La Tribute Brave also getting a bye
Mm-hmm.
week. That can be very helpful for him, especially since his blitzers are close to leveling as well, if I recall correctly.
Yeah,
Yeah, he has one that's MVP ready,
yeah.
and then three that are MVP ready for blockers. So hopefully he
Yeah,
can get a couple
there's a
levels.
good chance he'll get at least a level.
Yeah, hopefully he can get one or two levels, and that'll be good for him. And then next is your game, Blood, Sweat, and Beers versus the Chinoopan Raiders.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give that actually to you. The Chinoopan Raiders. The biggest issue with Chaos is that they just have zero skills when they start off. They're actually considered one of the worst 1000 TV teams. He has 3 block, a strength 5 Chaos Warrior who will be helpful, but you do have a Yeti who can take care of him with
Yeah.
just 1 assist. Basically, the game plan here is just to kill Beastmen. Because if
Yeah,
he runs
that's
out of
that's
beast,
exactly my game plan is just a hunt beastman.
yeah, if you can use your berserkers to kill or remove some beastmen, then the game is pretty much in the bag for you at that point. Because Chaos Warriors are good, but they're movement 5, and you can contain them pretty easily if there's just 4 of them. Like, if you get a free hit on a Chaos Warrior, take it.
Yeah.
But otherwise, yeah, play keep away and
Yeah,
win.
and luckily I have my Blodge runner now, so I'm hoping that he'll play.
That'll help a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, next we have the Stonefist Smashers versus the Grimlocks Crushers. Um, I'm gonna give this to the Lizards, mostly just because outstrength. If you roll a lot of 1 and 9s, Logan, you're gonna have a really big issue against dwarfs. Um, almost everything has tackle. You keep the skinks away as much as you can.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Try
otherwise,
not to get the skinks based.
yeah, but otherwise, you completely outstrength the dwarves, who are only going to have 1 guard. As long as you don't roll the 1 and 9s, you should be fine. Otherwise, if you do roll 1 and 9s and the dwarfs can capitalize, you're going to have a really hard time. If they remove your skinks, for example. And trust me, the beards, the longbeards want to hunt your skinks because it's their strength 2, so they can just get a free blitz. They have block tackle, so it's basically a, like it's so easy to hurt and kill skinks with dwarves.
Yeah, and and the frenzy troll slayers are a
Hmm.
bit of a worry too, just because.
The poor man's tackle.
Yeah,
It'll be a good game. I do think the Lizards have a bit of a advantage as long as Nuffle doesn't fuck them. But yeah.
yeah, and with guard on that Crocs, it's going to be a big. That's going to be a big deal. If he can stay up with the
Hmm.
guard, it'll be better.
Yeah. But yeah, that's Division A and B covered. All right, let's go to A and D. The Skull Harvesters conceded against the Lizard Jacks. Interesting. I
I
think
wonder if they dropped or is it just a concede?
it's just a concede, if I recall. He's not expelled or anything like that. I remember a discussion with that was in the Rebel Discord, basically. Voidy saying that he wasn't going to be able to make this week.
Oh yes, I do. I do recall that it was Voidy. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's too bad.
Yeah.
But
That always
life
hurts.
happens.
Life's more important.
Yep.
55322. Pretty good SPP for the Lizard Jacks. Let's take a look at the team. All right. Another good-looking Lizard team. Diving
Yeah,
tackle, skink.
strength 5 on a Saurus.
Yep. Block source, strength 5 source. Um, two that are just a cast away, and one MVP ready. Yeah. In a week or two, might be seeing a couple more Saurus levels, so that's always good. Um, and both his skinks are close to leveling too.
Yeah. And that third one, and the Mundits is also close to getting a second level.
Mm-hmm. If he levels and gets a normal, you fire him and replace him. Once you have the money to. Because all
Well,
normal skinks
he has
suck.
130 right now, so.
Yeah. 3 rerolls, Apo, 130. Like, if Mundits levels and doesn't, like, get a movement up or double, you fire him. If he gets a double, he takes block, and all of a sudden you have a Blodge diving tackle that you can just slap on ball carriers.
Oh, that's fun.
And then his next level then would be sidestep. So it just becomes a nightmare at
Yeah,
that
because
point.
you can't get him off.
Mm-hmm. And it requires a knockdown.
Yeah. Yeah, it's you have to roll the power. You're not getting him off your ball carrier.
Yep. All right. Give me 1 second.
No problem. I will check the chat. Yeah, we're gonna get to the AME Lizards. I'm not sure what team that is, but yes, I see the chat. Thank you, Sir Sparkles. Hello. I'm not sure what team the AME Lizards are, but if it's the one I'm thinking of, yeah, both the Lizard Jacks and that's exactly the team I was thinking of. Okay.
All right, I'm back.
Yeah, these guys are much better off so far.
All right. Wife got home a lot earlier than normal. But yeah, Lizard Jack's in great position right now.
Yep.
Let's go to the next one. The Puskull's Pugilists versus the Evil of the Thriller. Skaven versus Necro.
Oh
Necro
wow.
won, 3-1.
3. With 3 passes as well.
Yeah. That's a lot of SPP for the Necro.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's
Wow,
take a
that's
look at
a lot of damage.
yeah, 1 death, 3 casts, sustained. Let's take a look at the Puskull's
54
fusions.
blocks made by Skaven. That's a lot of blocks.
So you agility busted a lineman, and I'm not sure what you killed. Did you kill a line elf? Or not a line elf, a line rat? Sterig?
I think they might have killed the Roger, or is that a different team?
Death was a loner. Okay. So he must have bought
Okay.
a line rat.
Yeah.
Alright. Yeah. Got a runner level. That's always nice to see. It's his. I think this is his first level. Yeah. It's the first level for the Skaven team. Which is good for him. Every single one of his gutter runners is just super close to leveling, too.
Yeah. And probably just fire. Sorry, Samuel. Like,
Yeah.
don't even.
Don't need agility 2, 0 SPP. Fire him.
No, it has nothing.
Yep.
Just cut your losses, take the loner for the game, and you'll be
Replace
fine
him
with it.
when you can. Yeah, let's take a look at Sterig's The Evil of the Thriller. 2 dirty player zombies. Love to see it. A kick zombie. I'm meh on a kick zombie. I mean, I guess. It's not
Yeah,
bad.
like if you end up with a good kick and you get the blitz, you could come down with the ball, but without it, it's a
It's
big
nice to pin
risk.
it deep. Like,
Yeah.
it's never been a priority for me as a Necro. But yeah, 3 SPP on both whites, so they're just a touchdown away from leveling each.
hmm
Yeah, I have a noisy cat. Apologies.
The werewolf is an MVP away from getting the second level.
Yep. Honestly, the team's looking really good for 4 weeks. Really need some white levels. I don't know how you'll decide to build your whites. I like to do Mighty Blow and Guard on the other. Block on your Flesh Golems, of course. They're both MVP ready.
And if you're going the route of Mighty Blow and Guard, Dangerous has to get Mighty Blow and Bad has to get Guard just to keep the names properly.
Yeah, agreed. 100%.
Like,
But yeah, a lot of zombie SPP. Sad to see it.
yeah, that is a lot of SPP.
It's a ton of zombie SPP.
Yeah.
I have a feeling there's 4 MVPs here. MVP. MVP.
Yeah, MVP and
Oh, no MVPs for Kick Zombie.
no, he just kept getting Kaz's
Yep.
MVP.
MVP.
So I Want You Back is just lucky with it. Or was that Rock With You? Yeah, that was Rock With You. So
Yeah. Rock With You didn't get an MVP.
what I'd like to know is who are you making throws with?
No, the werewolves, probably.
Yeah.
Or a white. They have you have agility 3, so it's not
Yeah,
a
they are
horrible
AG3,
idea.
so no, it's not the worst. It's just normally you don't want to pass much with.
Sometimes it's necessary.
Yeah, when it's necessary it is, but 3 passes in a game
I have
seems
done
like a lot.
2 passes on my Necro since they've been created. And one of them went disastrously bad and the other one disastrously good.
That's pretty much how passing goes, especially with a non-elf team
Yeah.
or Skaven.
Yeah, I like to put one of my wolves on the LOS and the other I hang back as ball carrier. I have a ghoul now on my team, so I use the ghoul to carry now, but I just kind of use the other wolf as a safety almost. And then I blitz with one of my whites. But yeah, ball carrying on a white is not bad at all at the start because you like getting them SPP anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, excellent looking team. Next we'll have the Fighter Gangers versus Warmer Places. 16 armor breaks, 5 armor breaks, 1 death. Let's take a look.
Death was on
41 blocks sustained on Fighter Gangers, and 32 blocks sustained on Warmer Places. They suffered 6 casts and 1 death. Yikes.
Oh.
That is a lot of SPP for
Yeah. The Fighter Gangers.
Let's take in a 5 SPP game for Warmer Places.
That's too bad.
Yeah. Let's take a look at the Fighter Gangers. I believe this is the this is the Palm. Piling on Mighty
Oh
Blow.
boy. He
This
already has it.
crazy. Like he had it last week for last week already. So,
Ouch.
like I said before, it's like after 3 games having a Palm white is terrifying. Like
He
if
only
I was in
ca-
Rebel
he-
Majors and my 3rd game on my Necro team, I was looking at a white on the other side that had Mighty Blow piling on, I would just be like, wait, what?
that would be my number 1 priority. It would be put him on the ground and take him, either surf him as Norse
It's like,
or put him on the
please,
ground and take him out.
pile on so I can foul him.
Yeah, exactly. He only got 1 Kaz with it, which is good, but
Yeah.
he probably still put a lot of people down.
The Mummy got some cast, has guard now.
Yeah.
This is an excellent looking undead team. Like you have a Blodge Ghoul, a Tackle Ghoul. I don't agree with the Tackle, but you know, it's whatever. It's not bad, I guess. A Mighty Blow piling on white. Your other white has 0 SPP still, so you really need to work on that. See, a Claw isn't as good as you think it is. I mean, it just sets him to armor 7. It doesn't give any bonuses to the actual, like, injury roll. That's why it's so important to get a double on your... no, they have strength.
Yeah, they have strength
general
access, so
strength.
they can get block right away.
They have general strength access for whites. No agility or anything of the sort. But yeah, excellent looking team. Let's take a look at Warmer Places. Hopefully he didn't take too much damage.
No.
Death Valley. Miss next game. Bangkok. Miss next game. Yeah, that's not too bad.
No, the injury on the lineman's not bad because playing with it, but him having 5 SPP kind of is too bad.
Yeah. I mean, he'll just miss a game. That's no big deal.
Yeah.
It's not a niggle or anything like that, so it's actually
No, exactly. So you
no
don't have to fire him.
lasting damage here, which is good.
Yeah, except for the Berserker who now has minus movement, but that's not.
He had that before.
Yeah, he had that last game, but it's not terrible. It's not great though.
No reason to replace him, in my opinion. I mean, like in 3 or 4 games, if he still hasn't leveled and you have enough money just to delete him and replace him immediately, do it. But you want your Yeti before then.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. You want to grab that Yeti, even if you don't block with him often. Just having the strength 5 piece.
It helps a lot.
Is good.
But yeah, basically once you have your Yeti, if you get if you have over $90,000 and you know Sahara still hasn't leveled by then, replace him. But until then, like, it's a Berserker. 5 movement is still good. He has jump up.
Yeah, he has jump up, so he's still getting up and
Yeah.
still making big blocks, so it's fine.
Yep. He went sure hands on his runner, so that's good too. And a dirty player. Good looking team still. Thank God the 6 cast didn't, actually just ruin him completely.
Yeah. Just take out every one of his players.
Yeah. All right. Next is the Boomtown Rats versus the Bridgemen. With a victory to Brett's 0-1. Let's take a look at the statistics. Um, Boomtown Rats sustained 33 blocks with 3 casts, and Bridgman sustained 58 blocks with 4 casts. Getting out blocked by Rats is surprising. It might
Yeah,
be a
that.
finned, but there's also a finned bug where it counts the blocks as double, so that might
Oh,
also
really?
be the
Hmm.
case. So let's
But the
take,
four Cas hurts,
yeah, let's take a
depending
look
what
at the
they are.
Boomtown Rats. Looks like he got a gutter level with 2 heads. That's nice. Um, kept the Rat Ogre. I see. Yeah, no real damage.
No, the Rat Ogre now is AV7, or it already
It
was.
already
So
was. It missed this game basically.
yeah.
Uh, I would still fire him because AV7. He's just a big target now.
Mm-hmm.
Very easy to kill. But I mean, if you want to
I
keep him,
don't.
you can. Uh, at this point, you need to buy gutter runners. Yeah, like if you drop the Rat Ogre, um, your TV just sinks, and you have inducement money then,
Yeah,
and
you
that's
could
really
even
good.
drop the gutter. You could even drop the Rat Ogre and then replace it with another gutter runner.
Yep,
No, do you only get two? No.
you get 1 gutter runner at this point, but you need all
Yeah.
4 of your gutter runners. I would delete the
Yeah,
Rat
you
Ogre and
get
buy the gutter runner.
Skaven get four, and you only have two. So yeah, I would delete the Roger and then grab another gutter runner.
Yeah, he went for a Roger start with 3 rerolls and an Apo, so it's a bit of a weird start. And 1 Stormvermin.
Well, at least he has the second one now,
Yeah.
which is good.
Oh yeah, Bridgman, Pez Machine. Let's take a look. Ooh, he has 2 Blitzer levels. That's nice. That's nice to see.
That
Um,
is nice.
Miss next game blocker, not a big deal. Uh, a minus AV leveled lineman. Um, I mean, you could keep him, slap 30 player on him. I would still fire him personally. Because
I would see what he rolls, but yeah, probably just fire
well,
him.
he's stuck on the LOS no matter what.
Yeah.
So AV6 is like you're giving free SPP at that point. A loner is better because it has AV7.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be blocking with peasants anyway, so a loner is better than that. Even if you like roll a 12 and give it strength, the loner is still better because it's just
Not AV6.
yeah, basically. But yeah, I want to know what those 2 blister levels are. Hopefully, we will know in the future.
What would you take on a normal, and what would you take on doubles?
Mighty Blow. If he
Yeah.
gets double, Mighty Blow on one of those blitzers. On a normal, I would probably have both take dodge, or maybe 1 dodge, 1 sure hands.
Yeah, and just make one a dedicated ball carrier.
I like to try and wait just in case there's stat ups, so I typically would just do 2 dodge here. He's 100k away, or 40k away from a 3rd reroll, so I wouldn't go leader. Yeah, I would just take dodge on both. Because next
Yeah,
level
makes
they
sense.
might get one of them might get like a movement up or agility or something like that, or strength. Like I would hate if like for example I took sure hands on Scar, and then next
And
level he
then
rolls a double, and
yeah,
then it's just like I have a sure hands mighty blow now.
yeah,
Boo.
exactly. You'd want to wait it out to at least be able to establish who does what.
Yeah. Mm. And so like you can still afford to have an agility 3 with no sure hands. If he has blodge, he's still pretty safe, so it's not a big deal. Um, yeah, just dodge on both if they're normals. If you get a double mighty blow on it, if you get 2 doubles, 2 mighty blow.
Yeah.
If you get a stat up, take it, move. agility or strength. Never take armor. Yeah, not a bad looking team.
Nope.
Two of his
With those
blockers
two
are close
stat
to
ups, it's
leveling.
going to help a lot.
Yeah, hopefully we'll know soon what those levels are. Next we have We the Dead versus Dreamboat Brigade. Where is We the Dead? I'll look at this first. Undead versus Vretz with a victory to the Undead. Let's take a look. 45 blocks sustained for the Undead, 2 casts and a death. And the Dreamboat Brigade suffered 45
Equal
blocks
blocks.
and 2 casts. And got
Yep. That was
intercepted.
just. Oh, that hurts.
Yeah. Let's take a look at We the Dead. Let's see. Did Major Payne die? Yeah. His white died. That sucks.
Yep.
That hurts a lot. But he got a mummy level, so that's nice. Guard. He has a block sure hands ghoul at this point. So that's really helpful. Just needs to develop his other mummy and get more SPP on those whites, and he should be in good shape. He's a little behind in development, I would say, for 4 games, but like not
Yeah,
really
that
that
dead
far
white
behind.
hurts.
The dead white hurts a lot, but what can you do? At least you had
Yeah.
enough money to buy another one.
He had exactly enough money.
Yeah, that's when you
Wow,
kind of
that was
like wipe
close.
your forehead and you're just like, whew.
Yeah. And he already has a necromancer, so that's good.
You always have a necromancer.
Oh, okay, yes.
And Dreamboat Brigade. Let's take a look. No levels, sadly, but he did get. I think George of the Jungle might have leveled actually. Guard, a blocker, and a dodge blitzer. All of his blitzers are close to leveling.
Yeah, they're all an MVP away.
He
At
took
least an MVP.
he took kick on a lineman, and shame on you. You'll never use it. If you
Especially
are
when you only
using
have
it,
3 of them.
you're wrong.
Yeah, because then you're just sacrificing one of your blockers on the line.
Yep. Um, but yeah, your team's looking fine. Um, very close to being great with the 3 blitzer levels. He doesn't need a 4th peasant because that'll just be on the sidelines. Like, you're gonna put a peasant in for and replace a blocker or a blitzer? No, you're not.
Yeah, the
Peasant is
bench you're just
so much
hoping.
worse. Like,
And it would just up your TV for no reason.
yeah. Like, you do want a bench for fouling, but you don't want a bench to replace one of your positionals because they're too important. So, like, maybe you put the guard blocker in the center of an LOS and then the kick peasant back. But, like, when you face... That's fine against a team that has 0 guard or 0 strength 4. But, yeah. I just... With that statement, though, I just took out, like, 80% of the teams.
Yeah. And there's other ones. Kicking when they get first blocks.
Right. Yeah. That's what I mean. You're on defense. And on defense, you put all 3 of your peasants on the LOS. And you can't use kick on the LOS. Sparkle said, well, that's why I said it's bad. Should never have taken it. Should have been a dirty player. Or if you don't like fouling, it has, like, block or wrestle. Block preferably because offend.
Yeah.
But yeah,
And
week
if you're
5.
listening, there is a on rebel.net there is a guide on how to. It's a recommendation on how to level certain teams. So if you want, check that out. That might be able to help you a little bit.
But yeah, week 5. Lizard Jacks versus the Bridgemen. I'm gonna give that to the Lizards. It's
Yeah.
usually pretty simple for Lizards to beat Bretts. Bretts do have Dauntless, but they get sorely outstrengthed. And if you roll any ones on your Dauntless, it becomes a lot harder for you. Dreamboat Brigade versus Warmer Places. That's Norse versus Bretts. The Norse are missing a lineman and a berserker.
Yeah, it's going to be a rough game.
Yeah.
Well, the lineman doesn't matter, but the berserker does.
Yeah, and depending on what those 2 levels are for Bridgeman, or Dreamboat Brigade, sorry, I got them backwards. Dreamboat Brigade are the ones that have guard. Yeah, that one guard will actually be a nightmare for you as Norse because you don't have guard.
Yeah.
I'm
And
gonna give it to the Dreamboat Brigade mostly because you're just missing your berserker.
Yeah, they're missing the berserker, and also I'm pretty sure their Ulf is hurt. I think their Ulf has an AV break, so it's gonna hurt next game.
Yeah. They're not in great shape, the Norse.
No.
Next we have We the Dead versus the Evil of the Thriller. Staring. You like to talk shit a lot, but I'm just going to tell you right now. You have your work cut out for you against a Palm Killer White.
Yeah, that thing is a monster already.
That's scary.
And it's just gonna get worse.
Oh, that's Fighter Gingers. Oh, We the Dead. You're right. You're right. Okay. I
That
did
guard.
click the wrong dead. The guard
Okay, so
mummy.
guard mummy is good. It's good to have. It's gonna do a lot.
Did you already play the White Fighter Gingers? Staring? You're pretty lucky then, because now you don't have to worry about that horrifying white. Because every single person, like, from this week and next on is just going to be terrified.
I saw that in majors there are bounties set out.
Oh yeah,
That does not happen in minors or college, does it?
it can, but
Yeah.
it's not really.
It's a little frowned upon because
Yeah.
everyone's learning.
Mm-hmm.
I understand.
And he really isn't anything special. Like, he developed fast, yes, but he doesn't have, like, he's not like a strength monstrosity, like, or like a stat freak. Like, if you get a ghoul that has, like, strength 4, agility 4, blocks your hands with a movement up, then, like,
Give me a second and I'll try reconnecting.
it'll, you know, it'll be called Ghoulzilla, and lots of bounties will be placed on him. But yeah, against this team specifically, you have a much better chance. You do have a disadvantage against undead starting off. Money, Midas, money. Like real life bounties. Like, I will pay you $10 to kill this person.
Yeah, you
Or
have to have a
donations.
real vendetta against them.
Like,
Or
I will donate
you're playing with a friend.
X
and
money to a charity or, Major Bite because of all the work he does with REBBRL.net. But yeah, you have a much better chance against this undead, Sarek. You still have a pretty hard time against undead because undead are better at low TV than necro. You have two dirty players though, so knock them down and foul them. Is all I can tell you.
Yeah,
I
and
I
with
will
that
give this to
block
you,
where
Steric, because you have more development.
and that block wolf is gonna come in handy.
Lazy man's tackle. If you can get rid of his Blod sure hands, ghoul, like your chances of winning the game will be much better. But yeah, not bad. Not bad chances. Alright, next we have the Boomtown Rats versus the Skull Harvesters. I don't think he will. He's gonna have one journey zombie, so he'll be at 1060. And I don't think. Yeah, he'll have 140k. So not enough for a wizard, which is important.
Yeah, unless he buys the 10, unless he puts in the extra 10.
Unless if
But
he scums the 10k, which like I would, but I don't know if college people will.
I would
Is
personally.
he broke? Yeah, he's broke. No wizard for him.
Oh, okay. So
Um,
then,
yeah, two
do you
babes
go
or a
extra
bribe.
team? Yeah, not the extra team.
No, no, God no. I'd take a personally. I would take a bribe. Um, you don't have Steric does not have Mighty Blow, so I'm not too worried about removals. He
That's
has
true.
two dirty players though,
Yeah, that's it. Like,
and while that's scary, like I can just knock him down and stomp him myself. But yeah, Boomtown Rats versus Skull Harvesters. I'd give it to Chaos, mostly because he doesn't have four gutter runners, and Chaos are in a good position to be able to actually kill that Roger.
yeah, with that strength 4 on that chaos team, it's gonna
Mm-hmm.
be a bad time.
Exactly. Um, he's down a player.
Yeah, he
Uh,
does have mighty blow on one beastman, so that's good.
yeah.
So right there is your extra. Right there is your first blitz. You
Mm-hmm.
blitz the Roger with that beastman, make enough support so it's a 2-die, and there's a good chance he's going down.
Yeah, and if the Roger doesn't get a Navy break, you foul him. But yeah, I think Sterrig will win because of the dirty players. Mostly just the removal engine of fouling is why I'm giving it to him.
Yeah.
If he was facing the Gangers, I'd give it to the Gangers. But yeah, you're not facing a Palm White, so good for you. Next is the Gangers versus Puskull's Pugilists, which is the other Skaven. I'm gonna give this to the Gangers. Squish, squish, go the Gutters.
Yeah,
No, only
that's
one
gonna hurt.
level Gutter Runner. Like, give it Blodge. Like, your next match. I mean, strength 2. You have two mummies that just get 3 dies. Like, just naturally. Like, chances are good that you'll roll a 6. And if it's in a good time, like, it's the end of your turn, and you roll a bolt down, you take the bolt down anyway. Because you're knocking down a Gutter Runner with Mighty Blow.
It Yeah, mighty blow still activates on the boat down.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that hurts.
Yeah. Like,
So yeah, you
and a
definitely.
palm killer. Like, if he rolls, like, up bolt down on one of those gutter runners, he gets the mighty blow hit. Oh, I only got a stun and didn't use mighty blow. Piles on. You know, re-roll the cast die. You know, oh, it's an injury now. This is actually a really
Yeah,
good team, and he does have a tackle ghoul. Not that that really helps too much. But yeah, I'm gonna give it to the fighter gangers, mostly
yeah,
because
yeah. 'Cause, like,
like he doesn't really need to roll. Um, 'Cause he doesn't really need to roll. Um, 'Cause he doesn't really need to roll. Like 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 he doesn't really need to roll.
I think no matter who the Weitergangers would play this week, I would probably be giving it to them. Maybe the Bridgeman would give them a bad time, just with depending on what the Blitzers level with. But
Yeah. I'm the Weitergangers are 3-0-1 right now. I just think they are a favorite in general.
yeah, I didn't realize that they were that well off. But yeah, they are definitely the They're definitely the favorite.
Mm-hmm. That palm killer is scary. Yeah, your game is
Also,
actually pretty important. You're going against We the Dead. Gives you some ability to distance yourself from the person underneath you. Like if you win that game, and
Lizard
let's
Jacks
say the Lizard
lose.
Jacks lose, you're in second. And
Well,
even
the
if
Bridgemen are coming up too, though.
yeah, and
With
even if you both win, it's in your hands to beat the Lizardmen and get into second.
also Lizard Jacks with the coach name as the Rowdy Canadian is just perfect. I love it.
Yeah, but yeah, excellent looking leaderboard here. Yeah, so that's the end of AMD. Let's go ahead and go to AME. First, we had the Spires versus Warm, Soft, and Juicy. This is a admin win, I think. No, the Spires is its own team. Never mind. 15 armor breaks is disgusting. You suffered one cast. You suffered 5 KOs. Sustained 44 blocks. And that is a lot of SPP for Nurgle.
Yeah, and how are those colored?
Oh, you can
Is
put
that
in
just a
hex
Nurgle?
code for your player names, and it will change the color.
Well, that is something now I need.
That
That is something I needed to know.
Yeah, so it's a
That is
code
amazing.
injection, but it also adds to the maximum number of characters you have for a name. Um, so maximum after putting in the code injection will be 5 character name, like 5 characters for the actual name.
Okay.
But yeah, let's take a look at the
That's cool though.
spires. Where is it? There it is. Yeah. He bought an Apo. Thank God.
Yeah.
I think he bought it this. Did he have the Apo against you? Okay, because I've been yelling at him since week 1 where he could afford the Apo to buy an Apo. And this is the first week he's had an Apo. And yeah, that's...
Did he take multiple block on the ogre?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't think Decon Spires has a mentor. He's made a lot of bad decisions. And it's not his fault.
If
He's new. Like,
Yeah, not at all. Just go to either start talking in college and someone can even or the advice channel. It's the best options.
I'm not sure what exactly is going on here. Like, he never has money, and I don't know what he's buying. Like, did he buy another lineman? Like, what is going on? Why are you always so short in cash?
Yeah, don't buy linemen. They're not worth the money.
But yeah, you still need to replace your 4th blitzer, buddy. It's very important to replace him. Or to get him because you're down to 3. I think he bought a catcher recently.
Yeah, there's 2 catchers on the team.
Yeah, that's not good to do at all. But yeah, pretty bad. The team isn't looking great. The multi-block is not good.
No, you'd need to guard up those linemen hard to
Yeah,
get the multi-block
the
to be
ogre
worth it.
needed to be a guard, but you know you're
Yeah.
new. This is a learning opportunity for you. But yeah,
Yeah,
let's take a
it can get
look
better.
at Warm, Soft, and Juicy. That is a Tackle, Mighty Blow, Pestigore. That's nice. A Dirty Player Rudder.
Makes sense.
A Guard, Beast of Nurgle. Not a lot of SPP on those Nurgle Warriors still, but, you know, it
It'll
happens.
come.
I love the Tackle, Mighty Blow. Like, it's not bad. I'm guessing next level you're going to be going Claw on him, but I would not suggest this at this point because you went Tackle Mighty Blow first. Next should be Block because you have to wait so long to get Block on him otherwise. And it's
That's
just
what I
not
was gonna
worth it.
suggest. Just get the block because you really want it.
Like, if you get Claw, sure, he'll level fast still, but you have to reroll every time. Like, it's not a terrible decision to go Claw on him, but think about it. From 31, you have to go to 51, I want to say. Might be
I think it's
53.
54,
No, it's not 54.
but I'm not. No. Okay.
It's 51, I think. Might be 55. I don't know. All I know is it's like 50 something and then 76.
Yeah.
And so you're looking for a long. It'll take a long time for him to get to Block if you go Claw first. It won't be bad. Still, you just have to re-roll 1 at 9s, which is sad.
Yeah, but with him having claw, he becomes a heavy, heavy target
Yeah, and he's very easy to knock down as well.
because he doesn't have block yet.
Mm-hmm.
So
Just make sure he's protected on all his blitzes. If you do, go Claw. Yeah. Next is the Spider-Man versus the Player Munchers. Wood Elves versus Lizards. Lizards winning 2-1. Let's take a look here. The Wood Elves suffered 2 casts and a death, and Player Munchers suffered 2 casts. A decent amount of SPP.
on for both sides.
Yeah. Let's take a look at this Spider-Man. Lineman level. Dodge. Is that a niggled?
That strength 4 ward answer looks good.
Yeah. The strength forward answer is great. You already had that
Yeah.
though. I only got
Yeah.
one level. He has. You need to replace that catcher. You don't have enough to replace him. I would still fire him because I don't want him to get SPP. Like, he has 0 levels, 2 SPP. Just fire him. Take a Journey Elf. It's okay. He's the other Wood Elf team. His Wood Elf team looks much better than Swoldrol's.
But yeah, he's looking at Vanity Pass on 2 linemen.
Yeah.
Another, like he has a lot of levels coming.
Yeah. It's a nice looking Wood Elf team still. Like, the catcher,
Yeah.
it's not a big deal. Your Wood Elves, like, your Line Elves can do all the work for you. You have your 2 ward answers, which are the 2 most important positionals. Fire that catcher after next game. Buy another catcher, and you're still fine. Get a couple vanity passes on your linemen. If any of them roll doubles, grab guard, and you're set. You have a kick line elf, dodge, otherwise guard on a double, and you're good. Alright, let's take a look at, where are they? The Player Munchers. Miss next game, Saurus. You gotta miss next game, Stalemate, but you had enough money to buy Saurus, and have a good chance of being able to buy your 6th Saurus next game. So, you know, improvement.
Yeah. And 2 block Saurus already, and
Yeah.
you're looking at an MVP on The
Son of Sam,
skink. Yeah.
Saurus.
Ideally, yes.
And Leatherface, once he comes back from his next game, is just a cast away. Yeah. Your team's still looking pretty good, in all honesty.
Yeah, it's really not that. It's not. It's not amazing, but it's pretty well off. You're looking at one Kaz on your Crocs to get a level.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Good development despite losing two Saurus.
Yeah, definitely. Gotten really lucky with the cash rolls at least. So you've been able to replace everything that's died.
Not yet. He only has 5 Saurus. He's lost a
Yeah, that's
lot of
true.
Saurus, which hurts so much in development because
Yeah.
I feel bad. It's like I don't think you lost anything your first week, but you did lose one in week 2 and 3, if I recall correctly. Which really sucks. Okay. But yeah, next game we have is the Knee Crackers versus Foul Weather. Chaos Dwarfs versus Nurgle. Looks like Foul Weather suffered 2 deaths. 30 blocks sustained, 1 KO on the Knee Crackers, and Nurgle sustained 43 blocks, 5 KOs, 6 casts, and 2 deaths.
That is a lot of SPP.
Jesus.
Wow.
That's rough. MVP on a Nurgle Warrior is excellent for Foul Weather. Don't expect to win games as the absolute worst 1000 TV team.
And the other team got an MVP on a loner Hobgoblin.
Yeah. Great news for everybody else.
Yeah.
Bull Centaur, still at the same spot. Doesn't have a second one yet. Rolling really bad on winnings. Not gonna lie.
Yeah. Cheese it leveled up, so he's getting guard.
Yeah. Guard here, in my opinion. You already have a Mighty Blow Chaos Dwarf blocker. The rest should be guard first. Maybe get it I like to do Mighty Blow guard, Mighty Blow guard, basically. So you have 2 Mighty Blow first levels, and the rest are guard dwarf blockers. Doubles, of course, claw. But yeah, still looking good. Hopefully you can get a Bull Centaur soon. Yeah. So you're such a bish, Vinyl? Yeah. I would grab guard personally. Do you have a mentor? Okay. If you want a mentor, be sure to ask in Discord if anybody is available to mentor you, so you can get some guidance on what to do. You really need a second Bull Centaur. They're super important. They're the most important thing on here. 4 rerolls is too much. You only need 3.
There aren't that
Otherwise,
many teams that need 4 rerolls, really.
so look at it this way. You have everybody that's important on your team, your Chaos Dwarf blockers and your Bull Centaur, have block. The only thing that you have to worry about re-rolling on this team is double skulls, or failed pickups or dodges on your hobgoblins. You only need 3. You don't. 4 is just way too many. And also it's 70 TV, or 70 team value that you can remove, and managing your TV is part of the game. But yeah, guard is very good. You really want to guard spam and mighty blow spam. So basically, low TV as Chaos Dwarfs, you really want to make sure you can control the pitch as much as you can, and that would be guard on your Chaos Dwarf blockers. But you still want some mighty blow so you can do damage. So that's why I like to have 2 mighty blow overall for first levels, but the rest guard. And I do not prioritize getting the 2 mighty blow immediately. I would do, like I said, mighty blow, guard, Mighty Blow, guard, guard.
Yeah, I understand getting 4 double skulls kind of makes you feel like you need the four rerolls, but at the same time, that means you're getting 1 in every 2 turns. You're using one of those rerolls, and
That's
it,
incredibly bad luck.
yeah, that's not going to happen that often. Even though this college season, it really feels like it does. Because from what everyone's been saying, it's been just deaths and double skulls all day long.
This is very bloody for college. Just in general. I would fire Multigrain, mostly because I don't want SPP on him. He's movement 5. He's a hobgoblin. Like, there's no point in keeping him. I wouldn't replace him either, because look at it this way: in hopefully one game, if you roll well enough, you'll replace that empty slot with a Bull Centaur. Maybe 2. But a loner hobgoblin, it just means you have a hobgoblin that you're supposed to foul with. Let's take a look at Foul Weather, who got trounced. I'm guessing the Rotters died. Lost. Missed next game, Pestigore. And missed next game, Nurgle Warrior. Not terrible, luckily. In bad shape, though, overall. It's going to be a rough game next week for Quack-A-Mole.
Yeah. And you can't afford the 3rd team reroll, but you could buy 3 more Rotters, but
I wouldn't. I
wouldn't.
accept my loner fate, and like this is a game where hopefully I can get some SPP on important players. Otherwise, it's a wash.
Yeah.
There's not much to say because it's just like you lost a lot of players basically for next week. 2, but that's a lot because there's 2 positionals.
Yeah.
Hopefully you can get a cast on Seagull Squall. Otherwise, try and get a cast or touchdown on Scale. If you can get a cast or a Nurgle Warrior level and a Pestigore level, you succeeded for next week.
Yeah, even with the loss,
yeah,
that would be.
It's a win.
I would chalk that up as a win. Like the development means it's worth it.
Yeah. And who cares about Rotter deaths? Like if all your Rotters die, woo! Oh no, drat. Next we have Marsh City Slingers versus the Cuddly Crumpas. That's Pro Elves versus Orcs. Pro Elves won 2-1. Let's take a look. The Marsh City Slingers sustained 42 blocks, 6 KOs, 3 casts, and a death. And Cuddly Crumpas got blocked 16 times. This is a classic elf game. Like, I blocked him 16 times and got 2 AV breaks. That's it.
Yeah, I blocked once a turn.
Yeah. There was a blitz. I blitzed every turn. Exactly, Sparkles. And 1. Like, 10 removals total. Depending on KO rolls. And when they happened. Could have been worse. Wake up after KOs. Wow. 5 out of 1.
That's amazing.
Pretty good. Yeah, that's excellent. So let's take a look at the Marsh City Slingers, who have some levels. Let's see. Both catchers are alive. Both blitzers are alive. He has a Mighty Blow catcher still. Looks like a line elf died. Thrower is still alive. So basically, exactly what you want pro elves to happen. Like all the damage happened to the line elves, and you don't have to worry about anything else.
Yeah, and you have a vanity pass on a blitzer to level him up.
Yeah. Casilli, that absolutely is just dreadful when your opponent is just like, I got 6 KOs and they all got up. Annoying.
Yep.
But yeah.
You work so hard to get them down and they come right back.
They just don't care. 5-4. Both blitzers are probably going to level soon. You need a vanity pass with Christian Snail. I like to take dodge on throwers. Now, I don't know who your mentor is, Brandbone, but there's two philosophies for pro elves, and that is the accurate strong arm thrower and the blodge thrower. I'm gonna
I
tell you,
would be in the blodge thrower camp.
I used to be in the accurate camp, but then I realized that the amount of times that I do something more than a short pass is so infinitely small. Like, I don't even short pass that often. Quick pass is almost always what I do. Like, it's just, like, I can understand an accurate, but past that, there's absolutely no reason to invest in passing skills. Go blodge.
Yeah.
Like, you want to be able to roll a 2+ on a short pass. Okay, accurate. But how often do you throw short passes? Like, and you have a built-in reroll, so it's a 1 in 9. So most of the times you're fine with a 3+. So yeah, like dodge, block, dodge, block, accurate is what I go.
Yep.
Because you want to be able to reposition them without rerolls. So all your built-in reroll skills are more important, in my opinion. But otherwise, yeah. Bludge, catcher, mighty blow. He needs to get leveled as soon as possible, so he can get block and be a true menace of a pro elf. But otherwise, great looking team. And he went against the Cuddly Crumpers. Let's take a look. It doesn't look like you've got any levels.
2 mighty blow blitzers is nice.
Yeah.
At least
Tackle,
he
mighty
still
blow.
has those.
Excellent
Yeah.
right here. That's what you want right there for Grahor. Like, excellent, excellent. Next, he takes Piling On, in my opinion, and he's your killer. Oh, Grahor did level? Yeah, that's an excellent level, Kasuli. Like, a Mighty Blow tackle will do you really good against elf teams in general. And you have a lot of dodge in this division, so. Your team is actually looking really good. You have a guard black work. I would have taken block on him personally, but I understand the guard. Your other black work is close to leveling, and you have 2 blitzers close to leveling as well.
Yeah, so that next black work gets block.
Your team is in great shape, in all honesty. Like the other 2 blitzers, I might consider guard on them because orcs are a guard spam team. But yeah, excellent, excellent progress because everything's close to leveling. You have a block thrower. Next, he takes his kickoff return. You have a black orc close to leveling. Your mighty blow blitzers close to leveling. Like all your blitzers except for the level 3 blitzers close to leveling. So in the next 2 to 3 weeks, you should see a lot of progress in your orcs. And then once you get like 3 or 4 more levels on this team, it's going to start doing a lot more damage to people.
And then just your Kaz is going to rack up, and they'll be able to level on their own.
Yep. All right. Next, we have Nuffle's Nemesis versus the Grim Grave Lords. Wood Elves versus Undead. Let's take a look at the blocks. Nuffle's, the Wood Elves sustain 36 blocks in 1 cast, and Grim Grave Lords sustain 31 blocks and sustained 1 cast. Pretty equal here.
Yeah. Take root worked a lot, which is good.
Not a lot of SPP for the Grim Grave Lords. A lot of SPP for Sparkles, though.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at the Sparkles. Alright. We have a leveled war dancer. Movement up, tackle. I agree. Strip ball is on Vextorian. That's good. A guard lineman still. A blodge catcher. Kick and dodge. Everybody is MVP ready.
Yeah.
I would fire Lasar. You don't need him. The throwers cost 80k or 90k. Sparkles.
90.
10k
So you don't
more.
have enough to replace him yet.
I would keep him after next game. I would fire the lineman and buy a thrower. Or if you have enough, buy a catcher. Either or works, in all honesty. Yeah, but your team is looking great. You have literally everyone MVP ready that hasn't leveled yet. So this is about as good of a start as you can ask for, really. For what else? Excellent.
Yeah.
You have a movement up, war dancer, a guard, line elf.
Yeah, that tree's at 0, but it'll happen. You just
Trees
gotta
level
wait for it.
slow. It's okay.
Like, it's not like you can feed them touchdowns or anything, so
Yeah.
it just has to happen.
Yeah, it just happens naturally over time. Alright, let's take a look at the Grim Gravelords. Okay, so he has a guard mummy, a guard ghoul, a block zombie, and a dirty player zombie. So this is actually a pretty good setup. Having 2 guard on the team this early is going to be very helpful for him. Sadly, he doesn't have a lot of oomph yet, but the 2 guard is pretty key here.
Yeah.
Once he gets a couple white levels and gets them Mighty Blow, because I would take Mighty Blow first level on whites on undead teams. With the 2 guard, he'll be in pretty good shape.
And you're even safe enough to vanity pass with Siegfried to Francis if you have them in the backfield and not marked yet. If they're safe enough to do so, I'd definitely be doing that just to get him up to 3, be MVP ready, and get the other one the level.
Yeah. If you do get an opportunity to vanity pass from Siegfried to Francis, I would take it as well.
Or even to Nasher and then he scores the touchdown. That would be fine too, because then you'd get 2 levels on the same game.
Yep. And hopefully you can just take Mighty Blow on the white, and you're in really good shape. Pretty good looking team. Alright, week 5. We have the Cuddly Crumpetas versus the Spires. This is really easy for me to call, and that's because the Spires does not look to be in good position right now. I'm giving this to Kasuli. Cuddly Crumpers will most likely win this match.
Yeah. It is looking like that.
We have the Grim Gravelords versus Foul Weather. I'm going to give it to the Grim Gravelords, mostly because Foul Weather is not in a good spot right now, missing a Nurgle Warrior and a Pestigore. He has enough money to buy another Pestigore. I'd do that. Screw the 3rd reroll. It's just bloat, in my opinion. Buy another Pestigore.
Yeah, at least it gets you another Pestigore. It gets you more horns, and you at least have enough. More horns, down 1 rotter sounds like a good push to me.
I don't expect to win as an Nurgle on my first season, so no reason to bloat myself with a 3rd reroll.
It's probably a good way to think of it, but I'm never thinking of this league like this league is just, oh, I'll get better in minors. I'm always thinking like, I want to win now.
Yeah, so but it's pretty important actually to think about this. Is college is learning. Like,
yes.
There is a playoffs, it's not very important. And minors playoffs, like if you're in the top and win playoffs, you go into Challenger Cups. Which is majors tournament, not playoffs majors, but it is the step down. And let's say you win minors and then go into Challengers Cup and get like fourth place there. You're not going to go to Div 4 at that point. You're probably going to go to Div 3 in
Yeah.
majors, which is pretty cool. But yeah, definitely going to give to the Gravelords. Nuffle's Nemesis versus Player Munchers. I'm going to give that to the Wood Elves.
Yeah, they have a really good development going right now. So.
And you are missing 2 Saurus, which against Wood Elves will be problematic. Because you want to be able to box in those Wood Elves, and not having the strength to do so will be difficult. Yeah, you did stalemate, but they have a tree and a strength 4 War Dancer, and they're a much better Wood Elf team. Movement 9 War Dancer, sorry. You will get more inducements. I don't think you'll have enough for Slibley, though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, so 620k, you'll be at 1080, and what else are at 1210? Yeah, you don't have enough for Slibley, sadly. Yeah, 1280, 1060, 220. You might have enough. I think Slibley's 220k. I don't remember off the top of my head. Even then, Blizzards have a really hard time against Wood Elves, just because they're so fast. And like you'll have the skinks that can keep up with Wood Elves, but at the same time, you don't have sure hands, and he has strip ball. So, nothing's safe. Yep. Like, he's gonna hunt your skinks. Skink hunting season is on, and Wood Elves are really good at it. And it becomes a big problem. If you're able to protect your skinks and remove his War Dancers, you have a huge advantage. But those War Dancers come out of the gate with Blodge, and they're really hard to knock down. That is basically what I'm saying, Midas. But yeah, next will be Marsh City Slingers versus Warm, Soft, and Juicy. So this is a funny one, because I do think Pro Elves have the hardest time against Nurgle. They still have a massive advantage against Nurgle, mind you, because they're just so much faster. But the Pro Elf gameplay is, using Nerves of Steel and throwing in traffic, and Nurgle say no to that with their Stench. As long as Brandbone understands how Nurgle works, he shouldn't have too much of a problem. Otherwise, he's going to have... If he underestimates the stink from Nurgle, he's going to have a really hard time.
Yeah, positioning is going to matter a lot.
Yeah. Like, for an experienced coach, 1000 TV, Nurgle are laughable. Even, like, 4-game Nurgle, like, I think you have 2 Pestigores. Yeah, 2 Pestigores. I would buy a 3rd Pestigore, by the way. Yeah. Like, for me, like, it's just like, oh no, like, the stink. I'll just walk around it. There's almost always an area that I can go to that's safe from the stink. Or I'll just take a 3+ and not worry about it. But if you, like, move up into, like, 3 players, like, 3 auras of the stink, and then try and throw at a 5+ or a 6+, and fail because you weren't paying attention, then Nurgle will punish you really hard for that.
Yeah.
So this one is more up in the air because you're in college. Like if this was majors, I'd give it to the pro elves immediately. Because this is college, I don't know if he knows how to play against Nurgle. So I'm gonna say that this one is a lot more up in the air. I'll still give it to the pro elves, but Nurgle will have a very good chance. Yeah, he did go against the other Nurgle team. One second.
They're currently tied for fourth to fifth, so
Yeah.
they both have two
Did he go
win.
against
It's
foul
2-1
weather?
and 1,
He went
2-0-2.
0-1 week 3. Yeah, he went 0-1 week 3, and he was able to get 2 removals with Cass, which was surprising. But yeah, he went week 3 against them. Depending on how well he does, will matter. The tackle will be very helpful against Marsh City Slingers and the Mighty Blow. So if you get a lot of cast rolling against the Pro Elves, they're going to have a hard time. Next, we have the Knee Crackers versus Spider-Man. I'm going to give this to the Knee Crackers. He had a really good game this last week, and he has some pretty good development. He's going to have another guard. That's nice, and, 6 tackle. Yeah, you guys really did. A lot of you. But yeah, Chaos Force have a pretty good, have a decent shot against what else? And with the Bull Centaur, you should be able to help bully that War Dancer, and a guard piece will help against that War Dancer as well, because Blodge is disgusting, and you have tackle. So I'll give it to Sully. I think he's got it.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good game though, especially with that strength forward answer.
Mm-hmm. That'll be a
So
fun
at
one to
least,
watch.
yeah, at least he has that strength 4 to keep him upright, hopefully, and not get 2-died so often.
Yep. Alright, guys. Well, that is it. We are done recapping all of the divs. So, at this point, if anybody has questions, feel free to ask in chat or in Discord. More than happy to help them. I will be uploading the recap as usual to YouTube, and there is the VOD on Twitch as well. Alright, guys. Well, I am CT Jester. I had Morin joining me today.
Yeah, thank you. It was fun.
And everybody have a good one.
Yeah, have a good one. Good luck this week.